Hey Narwhals, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. Only a small percentage of our viewers actually subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later, so please tap subscribe to join the original 200k Narwhals. Advice for those just beginning from someone who began over 2 years ago. I've been seeing a lot of posts about people starting their day one recently, and that's inspired me to start a thread sharing my advice and the tips I've learned along the way. I'm by no means perfect. I posted in here a week or so ago because I was deeply upset with my progress, honestly. But I've lost around 150 pounds in these 2-ish years, and I want to get back to the community that has helped me get this far, and who continues to help me move forward, passing the baton, so to speak. In day one, remember something very important. This is not a diet. It isn't a quick fix. It isn't going to be something you do for 2 weeks and then go back to your regularly scheduled programming. It has to be a lifestyle shift, a learning process. You have to basically enter your cocoon and begin the learning process of learning proper nutrition, why you need calories, how your body interacts with those calories, and what your specific body needs. It sounds overwhelming, I know, but take it one day at a time. 1 hour, 1 minute, whatever it takes for you to actually succeed and stick to it. This body that you're in now will still be your body 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 decades from now. There is no time limit on this, but if you start now and begin making slow progress, you'll be in a better place tomorrow than you were today. Above all else, literally everything else is sustainability. What is sustainable for you in this moment, at this point in your life? There is literally nothing else that matters more than this. Stop reading all the intense health advice from tight body gurus who tell you to do a billion different things and listen to your own body. If you're someone who is very sedentary and who eats food for comfort rather than nutrition and then trying to suddenly work in a 2-hour workout, a 10k run, a super nutrition based whole food will lead to burnout more often than not. Make small changes. Weight loss is a bit of a snowball effect, as is a healthy lifestyle. Little changes add up, and before you know it, you've turned your life around. I can't tell you what those small changes will be for you. Everyone is different. For me, it was learning the calories of my favorite snacks and trying to find alternatives that were lower calories. Instead of double stuffed Oreos dipped in milk, it became golden thin Oreos split in half and dipped in oat milk. Instead of pizza and cheese sticks from Pizza Hut, it became just cheese sticks. Little incremental changes will be the changes that you're able to hold on to and keep with you forever. And don't restrict yourself. Carbs aren't bad. They're empty and tend to leave you feeling hungry sooner, which tends to lead to a higher calorie intake throughout the day, but they do not inherently make you fat. If you eat 1.5k calories of bread versus 1.5k calories of vegetables in a day, you will have consumed the same amount of calories and it will impact your body, ignoring nutrients in the same way. You will just be much hungrier at the end of the day on bread than on vegetables. I've had days where I've ate my 1.5k in donuts and crackers, and I've still lost the weight. Candy, sugar, cake, sweets, ice cream are not your enemy. Moderate them, and don't give yourself easy access to them if you feel the need to binge on them. Buy a food scale. Make it your best friend. Weigh everything. On that same note, if that's too much for you in the beginning, then make accommodations to make it easier on yourself. The first 6 months of my weight loss, I ate nothing but frozen meals. Healthy Choice Power Bowls, Luvo, basically anything from the healthy section of the frozen meal aisle became my best friend. These meals are high in salt usually, but they were pre-packaged and had whole real ingredients that I could easily track my app without too much thought. The barcode scanner was the reason for my success. Also, those Ritz cracker stacks that come pre-packaged as individual servings. If you don't want to invest in frozen meals, I'd suggest meal prepping or at least making your food more accessible. If you buy fruits and veggies, wash and prepare them for easy grabbing. If you buy chips and cakes, separate them out into calorie-marked bags. If the most you can change about your eating habits is searching for low-calorie substitutes, then that is perfectly fine. Progress is progress. I drank Coke Zero like my life depended on it for the first year of my journey. There's no shame. You don't have to work out, you just don't. Will your weight loss be faster, and will your body be healthier, and will your end result look much nicer? Yeah, sure. But if staying on track and monitoring your calorie intake means not working out, then don't. I lost my first 100 pounds without working out at all. The next 25 came from intermittent fasting. This last 25 have come from finally starting to introduce sporadic workouts. Only the last 2 have been from the result of daily workouts. Understand that your weight loss will slow down, and you will go days or even weeks without seeing progress. trust the process. Look into the infamous whoosh people talk about on here. When you first start, depending on the amount of weight you have to lose and how dramatic your lifestyle changes are, you can easily see 20 pounds of weight loss in a month. My first 3 months, I lost 30 pounds. That does not last forever. Average weight loss is about 0.5 to 1 pound a week. Max is usually 2 pounds. As your BMI and body fat percentage decrease, it will become more difficult to lose weight. This just means it will come off more slowly because it is a larger percentage of your total weight. Don't let this discourage you. Progress is progress. Loss is loss. And don't try to crash diet. Don't punish yourself. You ate 3.5k calories yesterday? Cool, it's over. Keep going. Eat your goal today, and don't try to restrict yourself or you will begin a vicious cycle of binging and restricting. Anything less than 1.2k is going to lead to binging cycles, more often than not. Above all else, be kind to your body and your mind. Work on your mental state. Understand why you reach for comfort foods and also why you started this journey. Sure, we all want to be thin and strong and lean, but why else are you doing this? To live to see your grandkids? To run without pain? To go up the stairs without feeling like you're suffocating? To be able to sit with your knees up in your computer chair? This was one of my personal goals. Beauty cannot be the only motivator. Beauty is fleeting. Prioritize yourself. A. Carumba finally hit the Wonderland. Male, late 20s, height 6'2", SD 020420, starting weight 345, current weight 199, and goal weight 199. My thoughts and how I got here. In just over a year now of following my routine, and I just entered the Wonderland. Here's my biggest takeaways from losing 146 pounds. Mental health and dealing with why you follow bad eating habits and don't exercise is the first and most important thing to work on. I wouldn't have found the motivation to continue to stick with my routines and little goals along the way if I didn't find coping strategies and proper avenues to deal with my lows and anxiety, my depression, and my self-hatred and shame, and my trauma triggers from childhood and my marriage. Binging, drinking, and hiding behind the scenes were my placebos to pass the pain on to the next day. A caveat here, I was in therapy for over 2 years to get a grip on it all, while also finding additional materials outside of therapy to deal with everything. I read approximately 10 books and have a binder of 300 plus 8x11 full double-sided sheets of materials for references. See PTSD and codependency are a B. And now I deal with the pain then and there, meditate on it while on a run, and expel the thought or confront who/whatever is bothering me. I also reaffirm myself every day and build myself up while still acknowledging my flaws too. Accepting both halves and understanding them is the key to a healthy balance in my experience. I'm never going to be perfect. I have scars, both literal and figurative, but that doesn't make me worth any less than the next person. Just when I let them into my life, I gotta let them know, just don't be a D about it. Second, I explored a few different routines for diet, but I really like the 16-8 intermittent fasting while following a cyclical keto diet when eating. I followed at first a strict keto diet and then switched to a cyclical keto diet. Breakfast is not the most important meal of the day for me, but breakfast food for dinner is bomb. Not finishing my plate is not the most sacrilegious thing on the face of the planet, and eating a high-fat, high-protein, and good fiber diet is key for me. My recommendation is finding what works for you and your body. Being 6'2", my caloric intake for BMR is way higher than a lot of you 5'1" people. And it sucks, but you gotta find the balance. Factoring in my total daily energy expenditure makes this doubly unfair, but 8 hours of rigorous exercise kinda skews things. However, find what works. Play around. Try new things. Experiment with your body. Once you find something sustainable that doesn't freak up your body or mind, give it a try. I see a lot of people on the keto bandwagon and the no carbs is killer for them, or the carb substitution sucks their soul out of their skin. Well, try Seco instead and cut down on the portions, but still have your carbs. I've seen this work for so many people that just have to have that nice al dente carbonara. And third, find something that moves you, both physically and spiritually, mentally, whatever. Running was that thing for me. It's meditative, it's challenging, it's natural. You can keep going and going and going. You get to see the world or your favorite movies on a treadmill. Enough waxing philosophic. You can see my post history, my feelings about it from the past year, but it has been one incredible journey from the lows of my catastrophic divorce. Coming back around now, find anything that gets you to move. I don't care if it's gardening, dog walking, car waxing, cycling, mechs, anything. Move and get that heart pumping. Show it some love and it will return it. Just don't do too much too quickly. Build it up first. It's a neglected heart and needs nurturing and love like a little baby bird that broke its wings. It wants to fly, but you gotta nurture it first. Fourth, take friggin' breaks. The down days are the hardest, as your brain spins up about how much of a failure you are, lies, and how your mother would be ashamed of the Toblerone you keep in the freezer. It's nice and crunchy, frig off mom, and no you can't have any. But these days are one of the absolute most important things. For me, those carb days between my hard exercise days also coincide with my rest days, and if I frig that up, I'm dragging my butt for the rest of the week. I also find myself hating life if I don't rest and eat some cookies or pasta. Give yourself a mental break and also a physical break. Let your body recover and build. It's an amazing system if you treat it well. Talk to yourself in the down moments. Watch the sunset and eat a quarter of cheesesteak from John's roast pork or snack on a small soft pretzel and enjoy the frig out of it. You earned it. You champion you. Finally, parting words. I love all of you, supportive bees, and I'm cheering you all on, you fabulous diamonds. Keep grinding and polishing, you uncut gems. Soon, you will all be shining. In peace, Jeff. And that brings us to the end, Narwhals. And please tap subscribe to join the original 200k Narwhals. And lastly, here's our featured Narwhal of the day. 17 kilos, 37 pounds down. Still a bit to go, but wanted to show off my progress so far. Plus, my arthritis pain is completely gone now.